Hello and welcome to the Deadline Northeast, a program that gives you an overview of the developments in India's Northeast region. I'm your host Akumdon Emma, and here are the top stories of today's program. Home Minister Amit Shah visits northeastern states, announces several development projects. ITBP personnel remain high alert in terrains of Arunachal Pradesh. And spiritual tourism circuit inaugurated in Manipur. The Government of India is on a mission, an objective of tapping the vast multi-layered potential of country's northeast to transform it into one of the most organized and developed regions of the country. Premier academic institutions, better employment opportunities, robust infrastructure with improved connectivity, and a cultural boost are key components of its sustainable growth model, which it is vigorously pursuing. In line of same, Union Minister Amit Shah recently visited the region and laid the foundation to a number of development projects.
India's Northeast has received a major development boost with Union Home Minister Amit Shah laying the foundation stone to a host of development projects in his recent visit to Assam and Manipur. He announced the construction of as many as 9 law colleges. In order to ramp up the health infrastructure, a medical college cum hospital will be constructed in the state with an estimated amount of 755 crore rupees.
आज पूरा पूर्वी भारत, नॉर्थ ईस्ट समेत, पूर्वोत्तर समेत देश के विकास का ग्रोथ इंजन बना हुआ है। जो पूर्वी भारत में, जो नॉर्थ ईस्ट से लेकर बंगाल, ओडिशा, पटना तक कभी अलग अलग प्रकार के आंदोलन और हिंसा होती थी, अलग अलग ग्रुप हाथ में हथियार लिए हुए दिखाई पड़ते थे। आज वो सारे मुख्य धारा प्रवाह के साथ जुड़े हुए दिखते हैं और सारे वो युवा जो कभी आंदोलन करते थे वो आसाम के विकास के साथ जुड़कर आसाम को देश का ग्रोथ इंजन बनाने के लिए अहरनिश दिन रात काम करते हैं।
The Northeast region has found a special place in the centre's policy over the past few years. Almost every state of the region has received a multi-dimensional facelift. Whether it is improving trade relations with neighbouring countries through improved connectivity in the region or setting up of industrial zones, Northeast is getting everything it lacked over a decade ago. In Manipur, Shah inaugurated 1,998 crore rupees Thaubal multi-purpose project and 475 crore rupees Bishnupur Tupul Thaubal Kasam Khulain road. He laid the foundation stone for 7 projects including a medical college and an information technology special economic zone.
मैंने जैसे कहा मणिपुर के युवाओं को मणिपुर छोड़े बगैर दुनिया भर के साथ कनेक्ट करेंगे। आपकी जो क्षमताएं हैं ये दुनिया भर से संपत्ति को यहाँ लाएगी। कोई ट्रांसपोर्टेशन की चिंता नहीं, कोई टैक्स की चिंता नहीं। ये ITSEZ आने वाले दिनों में पूरे नॉर्थ ईस्ट के लिए मार्गदर्शक बनने वाला है।
Manipur is home to National Sports University, the country's first university focusing on sports education. Apart from the infrastructure, the government also laid emphasis on promotion of unexplored potential in the tourism sector.
ये देश भर से वो पर्यटक जो छुट्टियां मनाने यूरोपियन डेस्टिनेशन जाया करते थे वो अब पूर्वोत्तर की तरफ रुख करने लगे हैं, क्योंकि ये वो क्षेत्र है जहां पूरे के पूरे लॉकडाउन के दौरान कम से कम 5 ऐसे प्रदेश थे जहां एक भी कोरोना का केस नहीं हुआ। ये सुरक्षित भी है, कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव भी है और साथ ही साथ व्यापार के लिए, उद्योग के लिए अनएक्सप्लोर्ड पोटेंशियल्स का इसमें सरमाया भी है।
The region that was hub of insurgency only a few decades back has embraced peace and development, and the changes are rapid and comprehensive.
Moving on, amid ongoing Indo-China standoff near the line of actual control in Tawang sector of Arunachal Pradesh, Indian security personnel are guarding the high Taran area despite harsh weather and other unprecedented challenges. We travel to Tawang to meet these brave soldiers. Traversing through steep mountains amidst the bone-chilling temperature, these brave soldiers are leaving no stone unturned to protect the country's volatile borders. The ITBP personnel remain stationed at forward locations in Arunachal Pradesh to ward off any potential attack from the enemy.
आप देख रहे हैं कि यहाँ पे सर्दियाँ काफ़ी हैं और जो ड्यूटियाँ करना जो है उसके लिए थोड़ी सी और ज़्यादा साहस और बहादुरी और मेहनत की ज़रूरत पड़ती है, लेकिन हमारे जवान आपने देखा होगा चाक चौबंद और बहुत ही अलर्ट है.
In the area near the LAC where snowfall has started recently, the ITBP troops in Tawang sector of Arunachal Pradesh patrols in snowshoes which allowed them to operate even in cold freezing temperatures. To ensure steady supply of essentials to the troops stationed at the height of 15,550 feet, fleet of yaks is being used to transport fuel and other basic items to the Indo-Tibetan border police.
इस याक का नाम कालू है. इससे हम फॉरवर्ड पोस्ट के लिए सप्लाई करते हैं, जो हमारे लिए ये एक रामबाण की तरह काम करता है. 90 किलो वेट लेकर के खड़ी पहाड़ी में चढ़ जाता है और ये इसकी हम देखभाल और सारी हम करते हैं.
Tawang sector is one of the most sensitive sectors in the northeast on the LAC, and in the 1962 war, the Chinese army had managed to come deep inside the Indian areas at that time. However, observing the sensitive nature of the sector, an entire corps of Indian Army is almost fully deployed in and around Tawang to prevent any misadventure by the adversary.
रोड वगैरह जो पहले यहाँ पे उतना इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर रोड के हिसाब से नहीं था, लेकिन अब आपने देखा होगा कि लास्ट पॉइंट तक हम जा सकते हैं और जो हमारे जवान हैं बिना थके हुए उन जगहों पे पहुँच सकते हैं जहाँ पे उनको इमीडिएटली पहुँचने की ज़रूरत होती है. तो इसके लिए तो हम सब जो है मैं समझता हूँ कि देश हमारे लिए जितना कर सकता था देश ने हमारे लिए किया है, और अब हमारी बारी है कि हम उसमें कहीं कोई आँच नहीं आने दें. हम लोग उस विश्वास को नहीं तोड़ें हम लोग, और मुस्तैदी से लगे हुए हैं. ये विश्वास तो हम अपने देश को दिलाना चाहेंगे.
Indo-Tibetan Border Police (ITBP) is one of the 5 central armed police forces of India. It was raised on 24 October 1962 under the CRPF Act in the wake of China-India War of 1962. In a step to promote spiritual tourism and also to revive the archaeological site of the state, a spiritual circuit was recently inaugurated in Manipur under the Swadesh Darshan scheme. The augmentation of these sites is foresight to boost the pilgrim tourism in the state. Here's more.
The land of jewels, Manipur is favoured with diverse tradition, culture and unexplored historical sites. Understanding this distinct quality of the state, a spiritual circuit consisting of 5 components was recently inaugurated by Chief Minister N. Biren Singh in the presence of Union Minister for Tourism and Culture Prahlad Singh Patel. The event was organized by the Tourism Department of the state and Manipur State Film Development Society, Imphal.
This project was taken up to develop the Krishna circuit that we have, which is embodied in the history of Manipur. So this project, taking into consideration of all the components, it includes beautification of the area, it includes the promotion of the culture, it includes provide providing these accommodation facilities to the visitors also. So we aim to promote tourism by providing the infrastructure that the visitors require in the state, particularly to the spiritual sites.
The spiritual circuit has been created around the Mahabali temple, one of the famous temples in Imphal, as part of the Swadesh Darshan scheme of the Union Ministry of Tourism, with a sanction amount of around 53 crore rupees. The development process of the erstwhile projects was undertaken by the State Public Works Department. The spiritual circuit, which consists of 5 components, are Sri Govindaji Temple, Sri Bijoy Temple, Sri Gopinath Temple, Sri Bangshi Bodon Temple and Sri Kana Temple. These components include oil paintings, wall murals depicting the story of Lord Krishna, floating water fountains, multi-purpose halls and other fundamental structures. The new spiritual circuit will let tourists take a pilgrimage tour in Manipur's famous temples.
रिव्यू मीटिंग प्रसाद और स्वदेश दर्शन योजना को लेकर हुई है। हमारे आदरणीय मुख्यमंत्री जी का पर्यटन के मामले में उनका स्वयं का फोकस है और वो लगातार रिव्यू कर रहे हैं और इसलिए स्वदेश दर्शन की स्कीम में आगे जो हेरिटेज वॉक उनकी प्राथमिकता है और प्रसाद स्कीम्स में भी उन्होंने लगातार चैनल्स को कंटिन्यू रखा है।
Promoting the spiritual hotspots in Manipur would play a key role in preserving them for coming generations.
Let us now take a look at some of the events that made news in the Northeast recently. Several decisions, including identification of vulnerable areas and conduct of joint night patrols to prevent crime and nab criminals, were taken at the 5-day 51st Director General Level Border Coordination Conference between Border Security Force and Border Guard Bangladesh held at Guwahati. The conference was held in the backdrop of 50 years of creation of Bangladesh. Expressing satisfaction over the outcome of the conference, board delegation leaders reiterated their commitment to work jointly for maintaining peace, tranquility and security at the border and agreed to hold the next DG-level conference at Dhaka in the second week of April 2021. 4 top Myanmar-trained banned National Liberation Front of Tripura leaders decamped from Bangladesh with arms and surrendered in Tripura. The militant deposited 2 AK-59 rifles, 1 bayonet, 4 magazines, 119 live cartridges, 1 wireless handset and 1.5 lakh kyat currency of Myanmar, equivalent to Rs 8,168.53. They said sustained pressure from the security forces, frustration with prolonged underground life and serious organizational and financial crisis in the NLF drove the 4 extremists to lay down arms and return to the mainstream. Director General of Police V.S. Yadav said the surrendered extremists would be rehabilitated under the Surrender Cum Rehabilitation Scheme 2018. The 7th Arunachal Film Festival concluded recently after extensively showcasing some of the best short features and documentaries from the state and world cinema from across the globe. Chief Minister Pema Khandu inaugurated a 2-day event and expressed hope that the film industry of the state would strive better with each year and that in coming years the filmmakers from the state would be creatively at par with the rest of the region and the country. Budget carrier Indigo recently started a direct flight between New Delhi and Dimapur. An Indigo 6E2433 flight with 149 passengers on board arrived at the Dimapur airport from Indira Gandhi International Airport in Delhi. Dimapur Airport Authority stated that the flight will operate 3 days a week, on Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday, and that the schedule would continue till March 25, 2021. After completion of Day 6 Brahmaputra Amantran Abhiyan rafting expedition, the team has recently reached at Pasighat and rafting team completed first leg of rafting expedition. The expedition teams where rafting from Rotang to Pasighat and a team halted at Pasighat camp. The Brahmaputra Amantran Abhiyan on river Brahmaputra, known as Siang in Arunachal Pradesh, is organized by Jal Shakti Ministry with NDRF and supported by Government of Arunachal Pradesh and Assam. During a press briefing at the Secretariat, Law and Education Minister of Tripura, Ratan Nath, stated the Tripura government is preparing for COVID-19 vaccination. Total 404,521 healthcare workers have been identified beside 2,263 session sites for administering the coronavirus vaccine, involving some 1,429 primary vaccinators. Each of the 2,263 session sites shall have 6 healthcare workers. Vaccine shall be stored at all 8 districts and distributed through 145 cold chain points. Nath said that during the first week of October, the COVID-19 positivity was 11% and at present it has come down to 1% as 1 out of 5 recent UK returnees to Tripura has been detected with COVID positive. Next, we take you to Tripura, where doors of the log huts situated in the Tepania Eco Park has reopened, endowing the tourists another chance to rejuvenate and explore the essence of nature. Take a look.
Away from the honk and roar of the city, let's get away into the tranquil greenery of Tripura. 47 kilometers away from capital city Agartala, amid soothing sounds of birds and freshly bloomed green leaves, nestles little log huts in Tepania Eco Park. The huts are opened again for the tourist after a shutdown of 6 months due to COVID-19. These log huts are constructed by Tripura Tourism Development Corporation.
Staying close to the nature after a long time, after the pandemic when we all were locked inside, and after that coming out and seeing this and experiencing, it's quite amazing. And this place, I believe, has huge potential for the tourists to come and explore.
The huts are blended with natural ambience. At the same time, they are fully equipped with all the modern facilities, which include a bonfire, dining room and picnic spots.
Yeah, I am just now at Tepania Eco Park, which is at Udaipur. It is a great place for outing. I came with my friends and family to have some gathering, to have some outing here, over here at the end of the year.
Besides staying at the log huts, the early morning walk on the wooden path laying in the middle of green canopy and bamboo groves is no less a dreamlike experience. It is a lifetime experience staying in the wooden rooms here with the warm hospitality of the members of the Joint Forest Management Committee, who shares 40% of the revenue earned from the huts along with the Tripura Tourism Development Corporation.
पहला लॉकहट चालू किया था हम लोग टेपानिया में। मैंने आपको जानने के बाद आप खुशी होंगे जो टेपानिया इको पार्क में जो लॉकहट आप लोग चालू किया, चालू करने का बाद जब कोविड-19 के टूरिस्ट के लिए बैन लग गया, उसका पहले तो कभी खाली नहीं रहती। बहुत अच्छा उसमें पोजीशन, परिवेश एंड टोटली फॉरेस्ट एरिया घेरा, उसमें बहुत अच्छा लगता है। आदमी लोग आना शुरू कर दिया। तो इसके बाद हम लोग आगे बरमुड़ा भी किया था, लेकिन चालू अभी तक हुआ नहीं। सिपाही जला में कर दिया पहले अक्टूबर में, तो उसको लिए भी हम लोग कभी चालू करने जा रहे हैं।
Tourists generally arrive in the afternoon to enjoy the evening with their family and friends.
Moving on, ambitions has no limits in life that always keep one certain towards the best outcome in their life journeys. Today, we meet Jojo Rajkumari, the Manipur's women MMA fighter. Let's have a look. Moirang, a town located south of Imphal in Manipur, is home of Jojo Rajkumari, a talented sport woman. Coming from a very humble background, Rajkumari is one of the toughest women MMA fighter in Manipur. She used to earn her living from small businesses and selling street foods. However, Jojo has now decided to follow her dream to become one of the best MMA fighters and bring glory to her state and the country.
Ado kickboxing je kaino khangde aina phi shuba chapada imanabi mogi yumsida osiki agi course ahambagi Rohit Gender mana chawdagi ne mana imanabi che class lawraga leramani mayumda thamaga adudagi aina yengbada yamna nungai du male sar ai kinnamta thinge haraga aina group se upaga kin thimsida sar nang sanawo sanaraganda nangonda kaino ma yawe sanat ai noi mama moide ngangnage na harakpa ada ai se yumda lolo na sanabasi chatleba mana dumaina interest pibirakpadagi.
Her passion towards the goal has been getting closer with every single day. Rajkumari figured out her fighting skill in the form of kickboxing in 2007. Her talent was later nurtured by her coach to train her for mixed martial art.
Jojo se sengna harga 2017 gi November tha da ma se aiga indhamda gi thani aina habedi ma se Facebook ta kaida magi update khara thengna bada magi ke kawa pansimasum de dai aina ma se ibe manang kai lamde no nang interest lebra MMA thokning bra habda mana o sir MMA se kai no khangde har pada aina MMA de shine na link thajalaga moni yengal bana pa me hare o pamagadi loss minor torse akoi Manipur Fight League anna chauna thindori nupagi ne di fighter yam leire masingda nupi gi khawali adu nang KMC je train tawro MMA kai no khangdana thon basu akoi ne di pam da ta.
A function was later hosted by 13th Dogra Regiment at Brilliant School where Jojo was felicitated.
Ma je pinga de ma se dum nupa masa dauna di dum tawraga du ma sai chapan yam pa na ma je yam na su pepe su yam na galam me ba adu ma je sum si sana ba je akoi na su kaya aina sum angang akoi panga nupi ani siga tane ba mabung amaga adum ma je sum ping na nupi masa oina sum lai ba khon si khusana je kai.
Jojo is now getting help from her friends and government to continue with the sports. She is among many young talented sport persons from the Northeast region who have brought laurels to the country. With that, we have come to the end of this episode of Roving Report. Do connect with us through our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter at AnyIndia_ANI. Like and subscribe Roving Report YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to get the latest news updates from the Northeast. I'm your host Akomdon Emma signing off. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye and take care.